Najma. Yes, you're still muted. I don't hear you yet, Najma. On the left, bottom left.
Okay. Hello.
Cool.
Yes,
Hi.
I'm I'm on my cell phone, a bit at my at my niece's place. I'm having a job there, uh, and I like to love to rest with you. Feels a long
Perfect.
time ago.
You want to speak?
Gratefulness. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Jacob.
Hello.
Hi, Jacob.
Can we just sit a little bit?
Yes, of course. And as we sit here, there'll be little movements of attention. There'll be, the attention will move and do its dance. Maybe a thought or two will come, whatever happens. But regardless of what comes, there's always awareness of it. The tendency is we always seem to be more focused on the content of what comes up in awareness than on awareness itself. So, especially when people have done a lot of psychological work or worked on themselves, there's a tendency to be watching what comes up very carefully. But if you, you're in Tiru now, and the invitation of Ramana was no matter what comes up, if you ask who's aware of it, the answer must be I am, or there is awareness of it. And then that question, who am I, is just to bring the attention back to awareness of self. It doesn't matter how many movements come, it doesn't matter how subtle the movements or any beautiful states or uncomfortable states, just that resting is that space in which everything appears. Not looking for any particular experience, not looking to get anywhere, just that simple recognition that awareness is ever present. We have so many ideas of what enlightenment is or how it should be or could be, and that's just that recognition that there's awareness here. The rest of it is actually distraction. You're welcome to speak if you'd like, and no need.
Sometimes even there is trying to recognize awareness, and it's
Yeah, good. And so you recognize even that, because awareness just is, it doesn't take any effort. So the moment there's some effort, you recognize, okay, that's really some effort, yeah?
mm-hmm.
See, if we try and speak about the awareness that's ever here, we can say nothing because there's no qualities. So what was, any effort was going to be of, it's a mental effort, it's something, it's not just resting. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, Isaac.
Thank you. Cool. That's true. Julian. Hi, Julian. Mira.
Hello. Hear
Hi.
me? My microphone is not so good.
I hear you perfectly and I see you.
Okay.
Now the sound just went. Yeah.
Sitting.
Okay, now I hear you again.
Sitting.
Yeah. It's such an automatic when we sit quietly to kind of move into what am I feeling? What am I sensing? What's going on? Yeah? It's really an automatic. It's just automatic unconscious. It's just, but behind that, you can say it's just, or whatever that's appearing in, let's say behind it or whatever that's appearing. It's untouched, undisturbed, pristine. You know, we've come from this generation of working on ourselves, whatever the hell that means.
Hmm.
Biology. Ingrid. Hi, Ingrid.
Hi, Isaac. long time ago.
Yeah, can live time.
And it's so good to see you all. I feel like, wow.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt a bit shy to
No worries. Just let the shyness come and let it go. Don't. It will not remain. You know, it always comes and goes. Everything does. Huh?
Oh, I'm messing up. I'm just messing up
No
with
worries.
the computer.
Okay.
Where are you? Oh, there you.
Okay. Yeah. If I speak, does that bring me on your screen?
No.
Okay. If you find my picture, I'll just wave my hand, and then you can. If you go on it, you can. There's a thing where it says pin. You know what it says in there. If you just click on the picture, then
Oh
it
yeah,
gives you
yeah,
a chance.
yeah.
Yeah.
I did it right. I want to do it right. Yeah, I'm still. I hear myself speaking a lot like I want to be free, you know. But when I'm here in this space, it's so funny. It's
Exactly.
real
Exactly.
funny. And all this working on myself, it's like, my God, I feel pity for myself. But no, I don't.
I see. I could hear you were joking.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel some energy become free again.
Yeah, beautiful.
I saw a lot of this stress movements going on lately, or the last years actually, and I thought, well, this is not going the right way. I have to do something about it. And then I see it everywhere in the friends around me, everywhere actually. But not in the woods when I'm walking in the woods. But no, that's not true. But actually, it's just a focus of attention.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to find a balance. You know, it's like in the history of man, womankind, there's been wars, and there's been, you know, if you look, the whole story with Krishna and Arjuna, where they had to go to battle because of what was going on. It's like that's been going on forever. And so we, you know, right now on the planet, there's a lot of really funky stuff going down, and some people see it, some people don't, some people are, you know, like wanting to say no or participate in some ways that invite something more beautiful. It's just fun. It's finding where, you know, how we can engage in a way where we don't lose ourselves into the story. And it's like that. But to pretend not to see is also not such a great option. But yeah, just
Yeah. Mhm. I still remember the story you told about you going to town to the post office, and then you plan always too many things to do. And you were standing in the post office in a line, just like, come on, hurry up, man! What are you? And I see this is happening a lot. Yeah, this always wanting to do so many things in too less time. It's amazing.
You know, it's this habit to put pressure on ourselves. I mean,
Yeah.
where do we learn that? Somehow we learned that, you know, from our culture, from somewhere, from our parents. You know, it's like, because, you know, to be still and to be here, and nobody invited us, just to enjoy the moment and be, you know, be present in as love, you could say, as peace itself. But
Yeah.
It's a funny habit.
Well, thanks a lot for creating this space.
Beautiful. Thanks for tuning in.
All of you, actually.
Pramanjali. Tammy.
Thanks. So it seems like there's a lot of sensations here, and they seem to have arrived yesterday.
You know, if we more accurate, we say there's always sensations. I mean, in waking consciousness, the whole universe is a sensation, actually. That what you're speaking about is there's more kind of sensations that there's a movement to get away from. There's some automatic movement to get away from. So it's like there's always sensations, Tammy. I mean, it's just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's felt like sadness and anger, and it felt really strong.
Tammy, it's such strong times at the moment. I mean, just what's going on the planet, you know, the majority of people are freaked out. You know, it's like we've been through, you know, years of COVID, and then now the story with Ukraine, and it's like, and wake up to see, you know, wow, nothing is as it seems. The government's not our friend, and you know, like, okay, where's it going? All this stuff, and so we get now. People are, but you know, like somehow in you and some expressions of life, there's this interest in peace, and so once that interest comes, it's like, you know, we start to serve a different function. And for me, the function is, if I have to put it in words, it's not to get caught up in the sensations. It's like sensations by nature are changing all the time. If you want them to stick around a little longer, just resist them. But ultimately, they come and they go. We can't hold on to not the highest high nor the lowest low. And so it's just, okay, there's awareness. It's here. Doesn't require any effort because it's already here. It's on nature. Just no different than like holding a crying baby because it's crying, or a screaming baby. Just holding these different sensations that are screaming at the moment. Okay. Don't have to understand, don't have to fix, don't have to change. Just hold it. Then what happens in that is that you start to serve, or you could say this expression of life called Tammy starts to serve. But it was born for no one, just to be peace, be love, but without that idea about it. I think just and it doesn't matter how crazy it gets, because awareness is always here. So that's a nice releasing happening without anything.
Yes, it seems like what I'm getting from that, it does feel like it's releasing. It seems like there's been some idea happening.
Yeah. There's such an impetus to want to do something. What can we do? You know, like what's going on here? What can we do? What can it's like
Mm. Yeah.
and there's a way of functioning where you could say just life, like somehow you just in a flow that's grounded, that's easy, that's just
Mm. Yeah, that was happening, and then this happened quite quickly. It went quite quickly from one to the other one.
Yeah, it can happen easily. Just one thought is enough. Just one, touching the sensation that our system is not used to holding space or being spaceful, and suddenly, there's unconscious resistance, and suddenly there's identification, and there's a sense of dis-ease, a sense of
Yeah. Yeah, a sense of my sadness or my anger, right? And there was like I was aware that there was sadness here and there was anger, and I think there was a sense of, or unaware of the sense of that it was mine. But breathing helps, and being here, and it was nice just to, I just wanted to also say that it's here, speak it out loud, somewhere where, like here, where nothing,
can just
no
be
one's gonna,
heard and not,
no one's gonna play around with it,
cool.
muck around with it, far out, and then so then I hide from, then I'm on my own dealing with it. So dealing with it. There it is. See.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sally. Oh, and release.
Hi, Isaac.
Hi, Annelies.
you, Isaac.
Helen.
Hey,
Hi.
Isaac. Hello.
Hi.
I don't. Oh, wait. I have to do it. Speaker. Yes.
Cool.
Hello.
Good. And you?
Hmm. 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 I, let's see how to. I want to speak with you about something.
Sure, welcome.
Just see if words come up. Yeah, it has to do with this sensations of feelings, you know. Because the last days a lot of grief came up and a lot of crying and shakiness in the system. And I can see that sometimes by how to say, wow, if it is not allowed or something, you know, because of the because I'm aware in a way of like, okay, maybe it's thought, maybe it's, you know, so I can see that this is so there's then comes a kind of doubt, yeah, that yeah, it's wow. It's just when this I don't so one moment then it's really like this grief is coming and a lot of crying, and then I feel, yeah, I miss Milo or something or whatever, but then this comes up, and then another moment is really, it's totally space, and it's totally, I feel very connected, and I feel them everywhere, and it's totally okay. And then the next move and the next moment, it's again this, I'm surprised, a kind of shock, kind of, and then these pictures come up from the accident and from the whole everything what happened last year, and then the shakiness in the system, and so it goes. You have all these waves, you know, what is coming out, and especially now because there's more rest in the family with Martijn and the other boys, so there's now more space that all this
Can come. Yeah.
can come. What is, because I feel there's of course some cramp in my body still, but you know, to not get drowned in it, you know, to
Yeah, exactly.
time to allow it, that it just can shake and cry and whatever wants to do it. I even don't know if it is really you know, it's just
Exactly.
of
Exactly.
because of the whole happening, it's just
Yeah.
emotions and shakiness and shock and but I could see that I just wanted to speak this to you because it that with the that with I was a little bit closing towards you because it felt like you were telling me this story about this lady, you know, who had this grief and and this grief was the way to connect with her son, and I could see that this did something in my um, um, wow. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just talking and then I just see what comes out.
Yeah, of course. Please go.
I'm just
Yeah.
looking because but I just felt that it went a little bit between to connect. So I
Yeah.
just want to
No
speak
problem.
it to
Yes.
because I really love. Yeah, I really want to look honestly, like, wow, what is this, or you know, and because at the same time, you know, I'm very aware, and I'm very aware of all these sensations and all these things what are comes up. Um, uh, I think it has everything to do with that. Then maybe there's something like, oh, it's not good. It's not good when sensations come up, or it's not good when you. It's
No. No. It's, you know,
yeah.
to me, we can't control thinking or anything for that matter. There is no one to control it. I mean, it's like these things come, and when they come, like there's a learning that's going on. It's watching and it's noticing very subtle ways that it moves and what's going on with it. So, you know, and your family system experienced a huge trauma. Definitely, it was traumatic, and that trauma, you know, it's like it will start to kind of if it's you could say if it's allowed and there's nothing that says it shouldn't be happening or anything like that. It's just there's space for it, and there's this capacity of making these very fine distinctions just starts to happen just because it's your primary interest is peace. It's not more than that. It's so within that interest, these subtle distinctions start to make, and then there's the trauma will start to release out the body, like you're feeling it starts to shake, it starts to do all the things that is the trauma releasing. So there's with anything, you know, like what's interesting to me is to just see, or just, you know, at some point to look what's happening with it, what is its function. So like, you know, just to give an example, you know, it's like there's the sensations of this moment, and then they get interpreted, and then in that interpretation there's a sense of me and memory and all that stuff that happens just out of that, and nobody does it. Nobody does it. It's just so okay. And then according to the interpretation, it wants to project outwards, or it wants to, you know, do something, you could say, like that. So my sense is that this lifetime will be kind of exploring all these subtle movements and how it ends up with either suppressing or, you know, being running after And then just keeping on finding that balance point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this comes up, it's okay, it's welcome.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not necessarily mine, it doesn't have anything to do with me, it comes by itself, it goes by itself, it's not here all the time, it will be here one moment and the next moment.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's true what you're saying. I can see, I can really see that. It's the same at when it's amazing because then sometimes I just walk in nature and then just crying happens really like and then you know, and then 5 minutes later it's just it's, and it's very beautiful to be so aware about this fact, like, okay, these sensations all come, all these sensations and the cramp and all this in the body, but I'm very much aware it will pass. It's okay. It will
Well,
pass.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just,
it will
and
pass. Yeah.
this gives a kind of relief I can in my system, so that it just can come or something like that.
Come through, yeah, fantastic.
So that's really what my system is very much learning by this whole story of life, you can say, and everything
of
what
life.
happens in it. Okay. But I'm happy I connect with you and I speak this up.
Yeah,
I
me too, because it doesn't take much for there to be a feeling of, oh, it's not
Yeah.
safe, or I wasn't
Yeah.
heard, or
So,
somehow,
yeah.
like we misinterpret. I can't tell you how many times it's happened
Yeah, sure.
where someone was sitting in the chair in a retreat, and then
Yeah.
maybe even a week later they came to me and they said, "Look, I didn't feel well treated by you when I was in the chair."
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh wow, okay. Luckily we have it recorded. Let's go look at it together. Maybe I learned something." And we look at it together, and I say, "So just tell me what you see." And almost every time it was, wow. When I look at it now, it was beautiful. I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the line, a thought came, and
It's so
grabbed onto
quick.
it.
Yeah,
It's so quick, and it's just like,
yeah.
I see how often there's miscommunication. Someone says something,
Yeah.
and when they said it, it was innocent. There was no bad intention, but it got heard in a way, and then an upset happens. I see that in intimate relating all the time, where it just gets interpreted in a certain way. It wasn't intended, and then suddenly there's this person isn't my friend anymore. I don't feel. So it's beautiful that you feel safe enough to bring it. I love that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, of course, because I know how it works. So I know I know how to, and so I'm happy to.
I mean, I just see that there is no right way or wrong way, and I know that for some people, I mean, what happened in your family was extreme by any measure. It was really extreme. But I see, for some people, an animal will die, and the person will go into such deep grieving, and some people, dying happens, and there's just, it's like, like there's nothing. It's just the release. So there's just such a wide variation now that our systems respond to anything.
Yeah. And then, of course, you have all these different systems in the family. They also react on each other.
Everybody sees it from a different place.
Yeah. It's amazing. But wow, it's really amazing how much gets what all gets is moving by it and what gets triggered by it. So in one way, it's also very beautiful, I can say, and that's really wow to say that, you know, like it to say like, oh, it also brings wow, it's amazing what it brings, you know.
Of course.
That's quite a thing to say that because yeah,
It
how
is.
can you say it's amazing that my son died, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's kind of
Yeah.
tricky. But yeah. Goh. So that's why I'm so grateful and thankful that I can share this with in this community and with Maaike, because then it's another way of dealing with it and of looking at it and being with it, and
And you,
that's such a blessing.
in my view, you bring it so beautifully, Ellen. I
Mm,
really love it, the way you bring it. I mean, it's clean, it's clear.
yeah. Mm, very grateful. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, terrible.